So thank you for joining to our information session today. So my name is Takahiro Fujioka. So I could be the potential supervisor of yours, but anyway, today I'm going to talk about our laboratory and our program, and more importantly, probably you are more interested in the scholarships and support. So I hope you you will have a full understanding after this information session. So the content here, so I will start with introducing myself, and followed by about the information about the Nagasaki and our program, our group, and the admission, the scholarship, and financial support. So you will be more interested in the last two parts, so try to stay until the end. So about myself, I'm originally from Hiroshima, and I worked for a company called Fuji Electric, and after that I got the master's degree in the Netherlands. That was the second one. Then I worked for the industry again, called Mitsubishi Electric. Then I moved to Australia, where I got the PhD there. And since 2015, I've been working for Nagasaki University. So I have involved in the several journal activities, but anyway, that's me. So anyway, about Nagasaki, so probably everyone at least Googled that where it is, but it's located in the southeast, somewhere here. It's one of the islands here. It's called the Kyushu. And the left part is Nagasaki, and here you see the yellow dot. That's a location of Nagasaki City. We call it Nagasaki Prefecture as a whole, but the prefecture is more like a state, and the city is already the city, Nagasaki City here. Why is Nagasaki so special? So Japan, probably you don't know that, but Japan used to close the country for any foreign countries for 200 years or so, from 17th to 19th century, I guess. And then, but except for one place that was located in Nagasaki, it's called Dejima. So it's a small, like reclaimed place, the artificial island, where the Dutch were able to come for trading. So really, the entire Japan was closed for 200 years, but except for this place, and that's located in Nagasaki. So that's the reason why Nagasaki is so special for overseas, particularly. And now, of course, everything's open now. So the Nagasaki City looks like this. There's some of their Western, like influenced culture. The view is very great, I would say. But it's famous for the night view, particularly. It's really the terrains, or there's a lot of mountains there. It's surrounded, actually. Then it's got the Chinese culture also. Nagasaki is also famous for their sightseeing as well. So there you see the like castles, there are many islands, like temples and shrines. But wherever you go, Japan, you will see something similar, but anyway. Major industries in Japan, it's in Nagasaki, and that's a fishery is really, really important here. And in terms of the fish catches, I guess number 2 in Japan, is followed by the following Hokkaido, I guess. But if you look at the variety of fish, then it's a lot. I don't even know how many variety of fishes we can get, but if you go to the the supermarket or wherever, you will see so many different fishes, and then prices are very low. It's simply because the supply is a lot greater than the demand. So a lot of fishes are caught here, and then we don't have major cities surrounding, so it's oversupply, I would say. So that's the reason the prices are low. Also, agriculture is a very famous, not famous, the major industry here. Then you will see so many different agricultural products. But anyway, by the way, I'm gonna send you the soft copy later on, so you don't need to write down anything. Nagasaki University, we have three campuses in the city, but the engineering school is located in the Bunkyo campus, which is the largest campus among three. You see something like this, and but anyway, engineering office is here, and the main gate is somewhere here. Anyway, let's move on to our program. So it's called Water and Environment Science program. It used to be different actually. We are called like Water and Environment Engineering program actually until this month, but we are going to change. Master course, PhD course, we have two different courses. Master course is more about hands-on skills, I would say more practical engineering skills, but in Japan, it's for master degree. It's more really about the research skill as well. So we try to get the practical skills through research rather than lectures. So research is very important. The PhD is almost 100% research. It's really about research. By the way, so some of you are interested in PhD program. I am aware of that, but I will put a more emphasis on the master program, and additionally, I will have the PhD, the information. But again, I would say that I will more focused on the master program. So a lot of information is something we can share. But anyway. Water and Environmental Science program, master program here. So you have to have a credits through the lectures as well as the research now. But as I said earlier, the research is really more important, I guess, to me, but maybe some other professors may say no, but anyway. Japanese language class, it's required, but it's not compulsory anyway. And you don't get any credit from there, but the university offers the students, all international students, Japanese language class for free of charge. So basically you can take it. So usually you have a 1.5 hour class every morning if you take it. So research and lectures could be compromised. Lectures shouldn't be compromised, but you may compromise the time for the research, but we usually recommend that everyone take it. I guess someone hasn't pressed the mute. Okay, I put it. Okay, good. And the optional things that you can get the credit through the internship. So just rather than just taking internship, you can also get the credit as well. And more importantly, we are really the English-based program. So if you cannot use Japanese at all, you don't need to worry about that. If you want to go to PhD or you want to stay here for more than 3 years, it's better to get fundamental Japanese language class and language skill, and then that will be beneficial to your job as well. But anyway, it's all up to you. We don't force anyone to learn Japanese now. Our program, master program, everything is taught in English, and we could be classified into two groups or two fields. One is the water treatment, and the other one is the water environment. And we have a variety of lectures, but for both programs, you can take any of them. It's more like just a fundamental classification. You don't need to actually choose. You don't choose anything, but it's just a different classifications anyway. I wouldn't explain one by one for the lectures, but we could have different lectures here like this. The next page. Practical internships. We talk to the industry here, or could be somewhere outside Nagasaki, and then they usually have a 2 weeks or 4 weeks internship. Then you get the credit, and they get the evaluation before that, and then student will get the credits. That's good for if you want to go for Japanese companies here or even in your country. Some of them have branches in your home countries, so it's more like appealing rather than getting used to the company's culture. That's one of the objectives actually. Japanese culture could be quite different from your culture, so particularly for working style. But anyway, this is our history of our program. So in terms of the students, you see there many students are coming from different countries. We have a very small number of Japanese students. Currently, we don't have any of them. So that's actually one of the hurdles we have to overcome. We want to have Japanese students, but unfortunately, we don't have that now. But anyway, because of the COVID virus, we have less students now, but from April 2022, we are going to have, I guess, 3 master students. PhD is, I guess, 1 only. But anyway, we are looking at the borders going to be free for any non-Japanese students as well, and non-Japanese people as well. So hopefully you can easily access to Japan, particularly for the overseas studies very soon. In fact, the government is going to accept foreign students to Japan from April or March, I guess. That they have changed the regulations, the number of people coming here to Japan. So, but anyway, we will see. We move to the research part. My name is here. So that's our program, as you saw, it's quite small actually. So, but it doesn't mean we have a small number of professors fully involved. The number of professors who are mainly involved in the program are only 2. So the Professor Itayama and myself. But the program is supported by other professors belonging to another program, like chemistry, civil, and computer science. So you will see all of them during the lecture. Supporters for your studies. So we could have several support from the different people. One of their most friendly ones will be a tutor. So a tutor is like a student, usually for master students, it could be the same master students, but usually Japanese or non-Japanese student who can use Japanese very well, either of them. And we will assign these people to each student. So they will take care of you from the arrival until you leave, actually for 1 year only. It's not the entire study. Usually after 1 year study, you can get used to that and then you can deal with that, most of the problems. But after the arrival, for the next 1 year, tutor will be quite helpful for doing all of their your stay. Anyway, we have a university has a liaison office and then student affairs divisions. It's more about the administrative stuff, like with the credit stuff, like taking lectures. But anyway, next one is the supervisors. The supervisors will be helpful as well. So it could be the one myself. Here there's a precaution here, so you have to talk to them. So, you have to have a prior acceptance notice from your potential supervisors. So this information is really arranged for this. It's the first step. Okay. You may be interested in how much it costs when it comes to living in Japan, particularly in Nagasaki. It's quite different. Living cost in Tokyo, Osaka, and living cost here is totally different, I would say. It's not like a 10%, 20% difference. It's huge difference. After the session, for those who have participated in this information session, I will send, I can know that who attended. So I will pass the information. I will email you like a package that includes all of the information. So you can see like a spreadsheet later on. Other information, so as I said, well, I already explained that this part, Japanese class, free of charge. You don't need to worry about paying for the Japanese class anyway. Accommodation, this is just a typical one. It's a private accommodation. Some of the students here share the room, share a unit. Some of them share a room as well. That can reduce their cost. But anyway, international dormitory is also available. It's quite empty, quiet now, but it's gonna be busy. So not all people can stay there. And we have a limitation for the stay, only 6 months, for example. So most of you, before the arrival, tutors will arrange your own accommodations. So you don't need to worry about like there is no room accommodation here after the arrival. Okay, we move on to the water treatment laboratory, so my laboratory. So it's our major focus is on the water reuse. Actually, you can see that everything in our website. So I don't think I have to explain all of them. If you are interested in that then probably most of you have already looked at that, but you can carefully look at that website later on. So I just cover some of their aspects. So international environment, so many, as I said earlier, no Japanese are here now, but some of them can use Japanese language bit. But anyway, yeah, we are becoming a bit large. So I hope some of you will be our member in the future. World-class research environment, as I said, it's our center. It could be the potable reuse. It could be non-potable reuse as well. It doesn't need to be potable, but it's more about the membrane, like separation process, also water quality parts, like chemicals aspects or the microbiological aspects, pathogenic aspects, particularly. Or this is more about the developed countries. Advanced countries, I would say. So the US, Australia, Singapore, so potable water use, non-potable reuse can be everywhere in the world. I'm also particularly working on the drinking water treatment technologies that can be really applicable to developing countries as well. So, but anyway, the publications here, so historical record here. So we have a number of publications here. I guess I used to be there in the lab all the time, but now our lab is changing. So I'm just handing over to students to. I didn't put the information here today, but we have 3 big groups, like different topics, and then each group has a group leader, and underneath their students. And so I try not to go away from the laboratory. So you see a lot of the publications with the first author myself, but it's gonna down, and then there I will become more like a last author. So student will write the paper from now. Potential research topics. Again, I would read through all of them, but it's more like environment engineering side. But we have also started like the fabrication project related to fabrication of the membranes, like polyamide membranes. It's more like a material science. It doesn't mean there are people who are in the environment engineering shouldn't take this research topic. If you are really eager to do that, then we are happy to do that, accept your decision. But anyway, so analysis as well. So the analytical part is very important as well for the water drinking and the wastewater treatment. So particularly we have a strength, I guess, in the online monitoring technologies. So, but anyway, the others are, we also have a biological treatment like anaerobic digester stuff. We have just started that. But anyway, you will have a look later. We have some graduates have worked for their Japanese companies. So I put here that most of them are Kyowa. It's a local company. Their headquarters is here, but one of them went back to the Vietnam, I guess now. Yeah, so most of them Vietnamese students. We used to have many African students. Currently, we have only one, but anyway, they usually go back. So I haven't listed here, but for the people from Asia, the Southeast Asia was Southeast Asia, then they work for their Japanese companies. It used to be 100%, I guess.